Aloha everyone, thank you for tuning in again. Welcome to the Healed Self, healing your body, soul, and life with grace. I'm Grace Christian, a medical intuitive, and today I want to talk about kind of going in deeply into what it's like to go into the silence. Going into the silence is the process that I describe as the best way I know to connect and develop your intuition. So we all have intuition. I call our intuition the wisest part of us. It's the part of us that is beyond time and space. It's non-logical, non-linear information. And it is the part of us that can guide us to the answer, solution to everything that we need. I feel like we all need to really develop our intuition in today's world because I feel like it's the thing that's going to guide us to the solutions we need for today's challenges. So I have another video out right now on YouTube about how to cultivate and trust your intuition. And I talk a little bit about going into the silence. So today I want to talk more deeply about that for those of you that have questions about what the process is like, why it's never worked for you, right? Okay. So what is going into the silence? I consider going into the silence to be a form of meditation where you're just sitting down, getting relaxed and closing your eyes and just sitting there in the silence, in the darkness for 5 or 10 minutes a day. So in the video that I made, I also talked about why it's important that you close your eyes. I know a lot of people really believe in doing a walking meditation. But with a walking meditation, you have to have your eyes open. And that requires that you're at a certain brainwave level because as you're focusing with your eyes, then you're going to be at a certain brainwave level that allows you to just make discernments, to make judgments, to analyze what's going on around you. If you close your eyes, then you're able to drop to a different brainwave level that allows you to relax. And it puts you in a much better place for getting in touch with your intuition, okay? Okay, so what is that like? Let me just talk a little bit because people always ask me about, yeah, but it's so weird. Okay, you think you can't do it because you think that your thoughts are going to just take over, right? They're just going to start with the monkey mind and all of the thoughts are going to take over. Yes, when you close your eyes and you just relax, chances are you're going to have all of those little thoughts that are always in the backdrop of your life that are going to start to come at you, right? You're going to hear all of that. Why didn't you say this to her? You should have picked this up at the grocery store the other day. All of that stuff is going to come through. And that's okay. Like I said in the other video, just let those thoughts go by. So in other words, you're just going to acknowledge, yes, here you are, goodbye. Okay, here you are again. You're just letting them go by like it's a cloud in the sky. You're not going to act on those thoughts. You're not going to analyze those thoughts. You're not going to take action. You're just going to let them go by, okay? So another thing that happens that people always ask me about is when we get relaxed and we close our eyes, a lot of times, you know, in the screen behind our eyes, there's at first black, and then we might start seeing little muted colors or whatever, right? That's okay. Let that be okay with you. Let that be that there's some action going on there. It might be just colors coming in and out or darkness, whatever it is. You're just going to allow yourself to get comfortable with that space. And as the thoughts come in, you just notice that they're there and let them go. Notice they're there, let them go. So usually what happens is the 5 or 10 minutes that you spend each day doing that, that's all you do. Nothing usually very supernatural happens during this time, or you usually don't get a lot of insights during this time, especially in the first several weeks. But you might feel really relaxed. You might feel just super relaxed, which is fantastic. It's a great way to make a connection. All you're doing is just you're allowing yourself to make a connection to the deeper part of you just by being in that space. That's all it is, okay? So just keep doing it, even though you don't feel like anything's happening, because I promise you, at some point, you're going to find things do start to happen. But generally, they're going to happen outside of that time, right? They're going to happen in your life. So let's say you've been practicing this for 5 or 10 minutes every day. You don't feel like much is happening. And you're driving down the road during the day, headed to do an errand or something, and all of a sudden this thought pops into your mind. Oh my gosh, I have to call my child's teacher. I don't know, I've been meaning to, but right now it feels really urgent. So you pull over, you stop, you call your child's teacher, and you find out that your child's teacher was getting ready to call you because there's something that she needs an answer to right then and there. Now that is your intuition. That was inspiration coming from your intuition, telling you that you needed to make a decision in that moment, and you needed to connect with someone that could help you make that decision. And so it's a lot different than just your thinking. It's more like inspiration. It's urgency. And this is how we know that we are starting to develop a connection to our intuition when things like this start to happen. So one of my clients, I was teaching her how to do this, and she told me this story about how she was going through her work throughout the day, and on the drive from one job to the next, she started to think about her mom, and all of a sudden she smelled smoke. Now, there wasn't any reason for her to smell smoke because she was in her car, everything was fine, there was nothing wrong with the car, there wasn't anything burning anywhere on the road near where she was, but she just, in her awareness, she smelled smoke and thought about her mom. That evening when she called her mom, she found out that her mom had had a kitchen fire. So again, after she had been doing this connection, even though it felt like nothing was happening, she had made an intuitive connection with her mom, and knowing this, that something was going on, she just didn't put it all together, okay? This is the way that you know that your intuition is actually starting to get developed, when you have these connections that get made. It's a payoff, right, for spending time in the silence every day, because you're devoting that time. So I just wanted to talk a little bit more about what it's like to go into the silence, because what I find is most people give up because they think that after a period of time doing this day after day, that they're supposed to start having something really wonderful, incredible, or supernatural happen while they're sitting there with their eyes closed. So I just want you to know, not necessarily. This is usually just the time that you're devoting to making a connection. Those other things are going to start to happen because you've spent this time in the silence, okay? All right, I hope this is helpful. And let me know with your comments below. If you're interested in finding out more about living a more fulfilling life, please subscribe to my YouTube channel here. If you'd like to get a session with me, you can go to my website, which is gracemedicalintuitive.com. You can connect with me there. So, aloha until the next time. Thank you.